Hey Bandidos, so by now most of you have heard we're getting the Ninja Bike Exotic Backpack in the Division 2 as part of Season 11. Today I would like to discuss the gear we currently have in the Division 2 and highlight the items that will be even more attractive for builds after Season 11 launches. If you want to see more videos like this, be sure to hit the like and subscribe if you haven't already.
Rogue agent neutralized.
Season 11 is just around the corner, and with it comes the Ninja Bike Exotic Backpack, among other things. We didn't get to test this in the PTS, so we don't yet know what the exotic's attributes will be, but we do know the talent. So the talent's called Resourceful. It slots in with any equipped gear set and or brand set item to fulfill a requirement towards unlocking a gear and or brand set bonus. It allows to unlock bonuses from multiple sets simultaneously. So for example, if we were wearing this Empress International mask, by putting on the Ninja Bike Backpack, it's going to unlock the second brand bonus attribute, which is skill damage. It's that easy. So that's going to open up a lot of builds and possibilities, and I can't wait to get my hands on it. But for now, there are a few gear pieces that stand out to offer more to builds than other pieces, and these are what I want to bring to your attention. So first, I want to talk about this Usina Getica named chess piece called the Closer. This is going to be a really good chess piece going forward. It's already a good chess piece. It's already a great chess piece. It's got perfect spotter. That's the talent. So this is going to be amplified damage for your weapons and skills for 20% as long as the enemies are pulsed. So what's really cool about this is that it's balanced. So you're going to get all of that damage, but you're also, just by running this chess piece with the Ninja Bike Backpack, get 10% armor on kill. And that is really nice. Just one piece is going to give you that 5% total armor, of course. And then the backpack is going to unlock that armor on kill attribute. And so anyways, you should probably have one of these by now, but if not, I definitely recommend you farm and get the perfect spotter chest piece, because it's going to be so attractive to just run one Usina Getica Closer chest piece so that you can lift the survivability of your builds. What I recommend doing is finding one that has decent attributes. Even if you can't get crit chance and damage on it, just find one with one or the other, but get one where the core attribute can be re-rolled. That way you don't over armor or under armor up your build. And this gives me the flexibility to also use this on a skill build, a tank build, or an all red DPS build. You should be able to get this anywhere where Usina Getica is targeted loot, or by farming chest pieces. You could also get this, and I got this one in Countdown. And of course, named item caches also have a chance of dropping this particular chest piece. I'm really excited to run this one going forward in Season 11. So look out for builds entailing this piece of gear. Here is a gear set we don't talk about very often and haven't used in quite some time. So System Corruption is a Dark Zone exclusive gear set. And so 2 pieces gives you 15% armor on kill, 3 pieces give you that pulse resistance and disrupt resistance, and 4 pieces give you hack step protocol. I'm not going to go into that right now, but it's a pretty cool talent. It sort of works like Intimidate, Adrenaline Rush sort of. What's really interesting about this is that running a single piece of System Corruption will unlock the 2-piece requirement, giving you 15% armor on kill. And that is even more attractive than Usina Getica. But imagine combining this with that Closer chest piece I just showed you. So running 1 piece of that Closer chest piece and 1 piece System Corruption, perhaps the holster, we're going to have 25% armor on kill. And that is absolutely awesome. So you can only get this in the Dark Zone. So now's the time to get in there and try to farm yourself up some System Corruption. We're going to see this on some builds. All right, next up is the Golan chest piece, or Golan in general, but I want to highlight the Hunter Killer chest piece. So the only way you can get the Hunter Killer chest piece, you have to unlock this chest piece by completing Warlords of New York Hunters, some of which are in Washington, D.C., not to confuse you. But once you beat all those hunters, you can unlock that cache that by getting all of your off-white keys, that will reward you with your first Hunter Killer chest. From there, you basically farm Cassie Mendoza, and she brings a new version of this every week, so you can get the one that you're looking for. Either way, Golan is going to be really attractive, because just by running 1 piece of Golan now, you're going to get that 1% armor regen. That makes it so much easier to get max armor regen on builds. So imagine running 1 piece of Bellstone, 1 piece of Golan, and whatever else. Hunter Killer chest piece has perfect Intimidate, so that makes this a really attractive chest piece, because I can change that core attribute. I like having a flexible core attribute, and then I have headshot damage and crit damage, and then we're going to get the armor regen now from running this one piece. And so Intimidate is going to give us the power, and Armor Regen is going to give us more survivability on the defensive side. So this is going to be a really attractive chess piece going forward in season 11. I'm definitely going to be making builds using it. If you haven't done all your hunters, I recommend you do that. It's a very, very fun thing to do. So you know the perfect Intimidate, so I'll just read it here. So while you have bonus armor, gain 1 stack each second up to a max of 8. Each stack increases weapon damage by 5% to enemies within 10 meters. All stacks are lost if you have no bonus armor. So, you know, something with probably Heartbreaker would go really well with this, because the Ninja Bike backpack is likely not going to be giving you bonus armor, which is usually our source for bonus armor. But don't get hung up too much on this chest piece. Even if it's not the chest piece, just Golan in general is going to be really attractive, again, because of that 1% armor regen. So whether you put on a holster or a knee pad or whatever. Bellstone is going to be absolutely amazing. So just by equipping one piece of Bellstone, you're going to get 1% armor regen, and then the Ninja Bike backpack is going to unlock the 10% armor on kill. So imagine running one piece Bellstone, one piece of Xena Getica, and one piece System Corruption. You're going to now have 35% armor on kill across 3 pieces. Really cool. So make sure you have all the Bellstone you need to create really good builds. Just farm targeted loot to get it. Let's talk about Heartbreaker. Just by running one piece and the Ninja Bike backpack, it's going to unlock the 2-piece bonus, which of course is going to be 15% assault rifle damage and 15% LMG damage. But what I want to specifically mention is how great this is going to be going forward for the Pestilence builds. So there's a lot of Pestilence builds out there that are running 2 pieces of Heartbreaker to get max Plague of the Outcast damage. Now you have the option to only run one piece instead of 2 pieces of Heartbreaker. It'll be interesting to see if that amounts to anything. Next up, let's talk about the Golden Grupo Sombra. On a lot of explosive builds, it's really important to run 2 pieces Grupo if you're looking for that maximum explosive damage on your build, whether it's artillery, seeker mines, or sticky bomb. 1 piece gives you that 15% critical hit damage, 2 pieces gives you 15% explosive damage, which is the same as a China Light. I recommend that you have these Golden Grupos with skill damage status effects or skill damage skill haste, as many pieces as you possibly can. But what's really cool is that the explosive builds going forward, if you run the Ninja Bike backpack, and I still don't know if that's actually going to make sense, but the possibility is there. And the possibility is that you only need to run 1 Grupo now if the Ninja Bike backpack will make sense on explosive builds. And so these look really rare. If you just farm the targeted loot set to Grupo, inevitably you're going to get skill damage or skill haste or one or the other dropping for you. You know, so I mean, I just recommend farming Grupo whenever you see it. Just play that targeted loot. Eventually you're going to get all the pieces that you need. I try to get pieces like this for the gloves and the knees and the holster and the mask. Really, really useful. And you do want multiple pieces spread around your character, so that way you can move things around depending on what other pieces you have or possibly need. So the Punch Drunk mask, which is the named D&H mask that gives you 20% pistol damage, will also give your build a nice buff when you run the Ninja Bike backpack. So you'll have the 20% pistol damage, but the backpack will unlock 20% stability. And I wanted to point that out for this brand set because 20% stability is a big deal. It's not a little thing, 20% stability. And so this could be really helpful for a lot of rifle builds or even pistol builds. Builds like if you're into the 1886 or the Virginian, which is a name in 1886, then this could be a really good piece to run. Also for the Diamondback, and of course any of the pistols like the Regulus, the D50 or whatever. That 20% stability is very, very helpful. You can get this in the light zone. You don't have to go into the DZ or farm named item caches, but it can possibly drop from named item caches also. I thought I would also mention Foundry Bullwark. Normally you'd have to run 2 pieces to get that 10% total armor. Now, if you want to run a high armor build, you only need to run 1 piece of Foundry and get 10% total armor, which is like running Gila Guard and Xena Getica together. That's a very efficient way to get 10% total armor. And then combine it with Xena Getica and push that up to 15 plus get the 10% armor on kill. So that's really interesting. It's really easy to run 1 piece Foundry Bulwark on a build, and that 10% total armor could be very helpful depending on what type of build that you're running. I could see something like this being useful for PvP content as well. Very good for high armor builds. So the Petrov Defense Group named chess piece with Perfect Brace is now going to give you a total of 60% weapon handling when you run this with the Ninja Bike backpack. So one piece is going to give you that 10% LMG damage, and then the backpack is going to unlock 10% weapon handling, and when you're in cover, Perfect Brace is going to give you an additional 50%. That's really good. 60% total weapon handling just by running this one chest piece. As far as this chest piece, how you get it, you have to actually craft it. You have to complete a specialization project in order to unlock it. It's also worth mentioning the contractor's gloves are also going to give you that additional 10% weapon handling. And you see these gloves on a lot of builds, and so that's an easy 10% weapon handling. This drops in the light zone. You can sometimes get it from a vendor, otherwise farm gloves or Petrov gear. So Fenris will be quite interesting. So you see one piece of Fenris on a lot of assault rifle builds. And so not specifically the backpack, of course, because you'd be running the Ninja Bike backpack, but imagine this as a chest piece or as a holster or whatever. One piece of Fenris is going to give you 10% assault rifle damage, and then the Ninja Bike backpack is going to unlock the 20% reload speed. Now, what I want to point out specifically, I mean, that's definitely helpful right there, and that's really nice. What I want to point out specifically is imagine pairing that up with the Umbra Initiative gear set, and now you would have 30% plus the 20% reload speed. You'd have a total of 50% reload speed, and a lot of us do run assault rifles with our Umbra builds. So wow. So one piece Fenris sounds more attractive than running a Grupo or even a Cheska, because that combined 50% reload speed would be a big deal. And if you did put a Grupo or a Cheska and paired it up with the Ninja Bike backpack, you'd be unlocking hazard protection and explosive damage, which you wouldn't need on an Umbra build. Hazard protection's okay, but either way, I'd rather have the 50% total reload speed. That's a game changer. Sort of an obvious one, but it needs to make the list because of how impactful it'll be, is the Walker and Harrisco. So running one piece is going to give you that 5% weapon damage. That's easy, right, to slap on a build. And so imagine having like one piece of Fenris and then one piece of Walker if you're trying to up your weapon damage, and then you run that Ninja Bike backpack, but this is going to give you an easy 5% damage to armor. And so it's not quite the 8% that the contractor's gloves give, but you might find this more useful, you know, as sacrificing 3% damage to armor, and you don't have to worry about that weights as an LMG slot if you're not running an LMG. So if you're running an assault rifle or something like that. So perhaps it's a more useful way to get damage to armor on your build, again, without having to run the named contractor's gloves, or run them both and combine it and push up your damage to armor to 13%. Even better, right? That's really cool. An easy 5% damage to armor just by running one piece of Walker wherever on your build. Yeah, so I'm really excited about this Ninja Bike backpack. I mean, I really hope the attributes on it are going to be useful for all builds. You know, I hope we can slap that thing on a skill build, on a DPS build, a tank build, or whatever, but we will see. But let me know if there's anything you think I missed, and share what build combos with the Ninja Bike backpack you are most looking forward to. This legendary Nemesis build takes down elites in a single shot, and it eats grenades.
Follow me.